Hi Aspen, this is Fancy, and I'm looking at your second iteration. And let's see, you say, organize my design better so that it is more along the lines of points of emphasis with gradation than visual pathways. I also added some interpenetration throughout the design to give it complexity and visual interest. And then what you're asking about the balance of colors and is it heavy in any area. So one thing the previous design had that this one um, does not is that everything is, there's a lot of it in focus, there's a lot of fire going on. It does have more visual interest, but it has a lot of fire, which means um, you're kind of breaking up your areas of water more than you want to. I was going back over Linda's video introduction, and so she talks about having lakes of water. Excuse me, and so large lakes of water and small areas of fire. So right now you have lots of areas of fire, and they're breaking up um, these areas that are kind of the starts of lakes. The other thing is we can also think about it if you think about last Wednesday's presentation was areas that are in focus versus areas that are out of focus. Lakes are kind of these out of focus, watery areas. Areas of fire are these in focus, sharper areas of the design. And that helps me think about it a little bit more. So, what I was thinking with the last person's design that I talked about is how she had a well-defined design. All these areas were well-defined, and within the areas are either one perceptual opposite or the other. And where they came together was a lot of fire because the boundaries were well-defined. It's Becca Barsky's design. You can take a look at that. So you kind of have these lines that are fairly well in focus, especially where they come together with their perceptual opposite, right? So all along here, here, here. Not on this side necessarily, but on this side there's a lot of contrast, a lot of contrast. So these are all well-defined lines. And you have areas that are starting to form water, but then they're quickly kind of enclosed in these shapes. So then you have more rivers. And when you think about, you're forming these areas of water with the chromatic values in your scale, the chromatic grays in your scale. And those are only 2 or 3 steps in your scale. And so this is the whole range of the scale here. So your chromatic grays are maybe, I'm kind of squinting my eyes. If this is one perceptual opposite and this is another perceptual opposite, they're gradating from each other, then your chromatic grays will be close to the middle. They're not necessarily in the middle always, but they're close to the middle. So these two values, ones that could either be pushed to the green or to the pink, these are your chromatic grays, and you should have large areas where these chromatic grays are concentrated. So you could start to kind of break up the focus, the in-focus parts, by rearranging your chromatic grays. So these parts should go in and out of focus. They should be out of focus more than they are in focus. So you need to add, larger areas of chromatic grays to your design. I hope that makes sense. If not, again, go back and take a second look at Linda's video introduction of past student work.